Hey everybody, this is Kara Crossway Brindle. Welcome back to another episode of the Pivoting Practice. This is a video series with all sorts of entrepreneurial therapists talking about how they've pivoted in their practice. They're no longer just serving clients, they're also doing amazing projects, different avenues, branches, and diversifying their income streams. So they're on here to help you with possibility. Today I have Wendy, who's actually a mentor of mine. So I just want to name that before she introduces herself. And I'm excited to have her here because she inspired me to pivot in my practice. So Wendy, thanks for being here.
Absolutely, Kara. I'm excited to be here and really proud of you for doing this project. It's a fun conversation to have. Yes.
Thank you. It's been a lot of fun so far. So tell everyone a little bit about who you are and what you're up to, because I know you have lots of different things you're working on.
Yes. So I'm currently founder and CEO of Financial Therapy Solutions, which is at financialtherapysolutions.com. I have been a financial therapist, like technically now, I'm probably one of the longest running ones in the nation. Like there's not that many of us yet. I've been doing this for maybe 4, 5, 6 years. I pivoted into financial therapy through working in as an eating disorder specialist, which I still am, technically like certified, but pivoted into it as I began to see this parallel relationship between people's relationship with food, body, and exercise and money. And so long story short, that became I started actually Googling, has anyone else noticed this this relationship between money and emotions, and stumbled upon some great stuff. Barry Tessler's one of my mentor books, like her program, The Art of Money, is fantastic. Karen McCall has actually been a true mentor in my life. Like I've trained in her money coaching and also worked through a lot of her material. She's great material as well. And at the end of the day, what we're really talking about is how to bust through shame. And we're using the platform of our relationship with money in this particular area.
Right.
And that's how I found financial therapy. When I started doing it, I quickly fell in love with it because it's life-changing for people. When someone can come alongside them and say, hey, you don't have to be judging yourself or be scared of this anymore.
Right. And I know that you helped me with my own work, and then as a mentor helped me learn how to do financial therapy. And now I work with you under Financial Therapy Solutions, all good stuff. And I still love the title of your workbook, the
Intersection of money and milkshakes.
Yes. I was like, I know there's milkshakes in it.
Yes. Yeah. Finally got that. It's one of my first copyrights. So that's new for me too, like going through that process. And I've also created 10 principles of financial therapy, which is being copyrighted as well. And that's the training, sort of the framework of the training that I'm offering now that I've built this into a group practice.
Yes, absolutely. So hopefully our viewers who are inspired or intrigued, like I was when we first met, can actually go on the website and learn more. I know there's quite a few things that you've named already that are rewarding about financial therapy, including the fact that it is a faster process. There's more healing that happens at a quicker pace. Anything else you want to highlight that's rewarding about financial therapy?
Yeah, I really love busting through some of the beliefs that people have. Like commonly, the clients will have a belief, and a belief is not necessarily a truth. So it's, they have this belief that they're bad with money. And once we start to really bust that open, change starts to occur because those deeper beliefs really drive behaviors and decision making. Part of the sort of the explanation in the intersection of money and milkshakes, I also introduced the decision-making matrix that I created that helps people recognize how to move from shame-based mindsets to compassion-based mindsets. And when you apply that to money in particular, that is where change really can begin to happen. It's really cool.
Very powerful stuff. I've seen it. I've experienced it. Yes, everyone who's watching this video,
me too.
Do your own work.
Yes.
What would you say on the flip side is one of the more challenging elements of financial therapy?
This is challenging, but fun at the same time. I hope that still counts. But part of what really right now is telling people what the heck it is. That is still a big part of this process is the podcasts, I've been interviewed on a good handful of podcasts, and most of them are still titled what is financial therapy or, that kind of thing. So getting the word out that it exists and what it is and what it isn't, because we don't do financial planning. We don't do hardcore money coaching. We don't make decisions decisions for people. We help them really come into how they would describe their relationship with money and how to make those changes. And so I think that's one of the bigger challenges is still just explaining to people what it is.
Sure. And I think the conversations you and I've had is also how do we stay in our lane because they want us to do it all. They want us to be an advisor and do all the more accounting elements, which is not necessarily true of our role.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So
I'll say can I say one other thing to that too? Because I think this comes up a lot too is often our clients will want to rush into a written solution. They'll just want us to okay, just tell me what to spend and what not to spend. And so that is one of the things that we actually put off. We move into a lot of the healing work first, but we explain it to the clients and then they get it.
Yeah, so they know what to expect of the process versus, oh, we're never going to touch that. It's just not right away.
Exactly. Yeah.
Absolutely. So if we've got people interested in learning more about financial therapy and the fact that you have done all these amazing podcasts and created all these different materials, is the best place to find you the website, or is there another place you want them to look for you?
Yep, the website is the best place. It's financialtherapysolutions.com. There's a shop page that has both the workbook, The Intersection of Money and Milkshakes, and another workbook that I've written, 5 Days Toward Finding Financial Clarity. There's also books that I've read that we recommend as a team, like it's on the shop page there. And to book a discovery call right there from that. Hopefully soon I will also have the podcast plugged in, but right now, if I want to hear myself on a podcast, I Google Wendy Wright on a podcast about financial therapy, and that's how I find them. But hopefully soon I'll have them plugged into the website. That's part of my goal for this year is to create a lovely little podcast page. So, but yeah, start there and sign up for if you sign up for the email list, then you will get notice, like the most recent one, explained or introduced a new therapist that's joined the team that I'm training in financial therapy. And also the latest podcast I was interviewed on is also linked in that. So that's a great place to also get information.
Awesome. Well, I'll make sure to include that information here at the bottom of the video so people can jump right in there and grab it. Any last final thoughts on financial therapy for someone who might be considering going down that avenue or joining the team?
Oh, for sure. Don't delay. Don't delay. There's real healing possible in your relationship with money. And it might be a little bit painful. There might be some tears and all that. We're here. The first principle of the 10 principles of financial therapy is to approach it with abundant, compassionate curiosity and zero judgment. And that is what we're all about here, offering this judgment-free zone for people. So yeah, don't hesitate. Book a discovery call now.
Awesome. Well, perfect. Well, I know our viewers are at least hopefully now understanding a little bit more about financial therapy since there is a lot of questions still out there. We're like, what is this? So I really appreciate you coming on. And as my mentor, I've appreciated everything you've done. And I know that the people viewing this video will have a better understanding and hopefully reach out if they have questions for you.
Absolutely. Yeah. Thanks, Kara.
Absolutely. Thank you, Wendy. And viewers, stay tuned for more amazing entrepreneurial therapists as they talk about how to pivot in your practice. We'll see you next time.